Hello model car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week's build I'm featuring here is a 1968 Z28 Camaro. Now this is a homogenization special that Chevrolet was producing to help make the car legal for racing in the Trans Am Racing Series. And it was limited to a few things because of the racing series. Now it had to have a 5-liter displacement engine or less to race in that class. So that's one of the special components of this car, is it's got a 302 cubic inch engine. Now it's mostly the same as the 67, where they took a 327 block and they pretty much tossed in a 289 crank. That gave a little bit more bore for the bigger valves and everything to help flow the air in and out, but kept it under the 300 displacement, 305 displacement at 302. But it also allowed the motor to wind up and rev really well. The shorter stroke did that, but it would make a lot more horsepower, but at the same time produced a little bit less torque, especially off the line. So they didn't quite jump off the line like the drag race cars did or the SS package cars did. But, you know, she moved pretty good. Once you got her winding up and moving, and then they set up the suspension for handling, the sway bars, and all kinds of good stuff in there. But it was quite the package. But because of the limitations of the motor and the torque, all of these had the 4-speed manual transmissions. Now, you know, a couple of transmissions were available in the 4 speeds, but there's just due to some options, but they were all manual tranny. Also included in the package deal was a 12-bolt rear end. It came standard with the 373 ratio, but you can option it up or down if you wanted. Most got the 373 or 410s. Could have been optioned up to 456, I believe, but all the way down to like 308 and 320 ratio, somewhere right around there. But most of them got the 373s. But, you know, kind of a good balance for the car and package as far as that goes. You could get the Rally Sport package, which had the hideaway headlights and a few other things. This car, of course, I built it as a standard Z28. And then really no cowl induction hood in 68, but cowl induction was available, or plenum air induction was available, because it actually pulled cold air from here and had an air cleaner that went right to that. I did add that to this one, so it does have it. So I'll show you that here real quick. And, here we go. So there you go. I added it to that. This kit really didn't come with that, but it was in the 67 kit, so I used it. But getting back to the car itself, some other unique features. The Z28 stripes were standard. Most people call these the Rally stripes or the SS stripes, but they're really the Z28 stripes, as the SS stripes had one that went down the side, and there are a couple of different configurations. They had one with a band and stripes, and then just a few configurations, but the 68 stripe was a band and then went down the side. Whenever I build a 68 SS, you know, I'm going to do that stripe. But these stripes, even though a ton of Camaros have them, they look great on Camaros. They're only on the Z28s from the factory and only came in black or white. But as that goes, the cowl induction, the other cowl induction that is most notorious, that was really a 69 option. Although there is one 68 Z28 that does have it, but it's kind of a prototype. I'll kind of talk about that one here in a minute. But some of the other features with this, the front chin spoiler became available, the rear spoiler was available. 67s really didn't have those, or Z28 callouts on the car, which is kind of funny. As I researched this, I remember some of the early cars had the 302 badge on the fender and didn't say Z28 in its place. And then later on, the Z28s appeared. Most of the Z28s were produced in the later part of the model year. The early ones, it was kind of a slow start to production. But as they were progressing, there were a couple of changes here and there. Also, the Z28 came with these special 15-inch Corvette rally wheels. They weren't available on any other car other than 14s. The Camaros, you can get the 14-inch rally wheels, but the 15-inch were exclusive to the Z28 package. Also mentioned the manual tranny. All the Z28s had the manual tranny. And I believe the automatic started to become an option after 1970, when the Z28 had went to the 350 cubic inch engine that made a bit more torque. But these early Z28s, they're all manual transmissions. But that's one of the things that kind of makes it obvious it's a Z28, other than the 302 engine. But the trim tag won't tell you that on a 68. There is a hint of the stripe options on 67s and 69s, but not all of them. But there are some codes on a trim tag that will tell you it's a Z28. 68s, there isn't anything in the trim tag. All the VINs will start with a certain sequence of the first 6, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a Z28. So the 68s are a little harder to document, and a little easier to clone because of it, but you have to have all the right options as far as they go. But when it comes to these, they're pretty cool, but there were a lot more 68s built. Now there was 601 67s built, but in 68 there was 7,199 built. Now I don't remember if that number includes the one and only 68 Z28 convertible. Um, I just don't remember if it did, because I see that number a lot. I'm just not sure if it includes that car, as that car does exist. It's been restored and shown. I got it in the book, but that one's kind of unique in the fact that um, it has the Cal induction hood on it. It has the four-wheel disc brakes. Now those all became 69 options, but they were first put on the 68 Z28 convertible, which I would kind of like to make a model of that one too. And I've got some of the kits to probably do it, just haven't actually done it. I've got a few more 68 Camaros that I want to build, but this one, I actually built this back in 2006. So it's a little bit of an older build. It's an AMT kit. It's really not a bad kit, especially when you look for the later release 67 Z28, which used a lot of parts from that to this one. As I mentioned, I used that air cleaner from it. Um, it comes with a heater box and then just a few other parts in here, but the air cleaner was the main part, and added that. Engine's much nicer on it, but some of the early 68 kits, like here's a nice shot of the underside, and just a lot of detailing. But the 68 does have the multi-leaf springs in the back, so that's one thing they were pretty good about in the kit wise. The 67 model kit has the monoleafs, the fiberglass single leaves, and also has the shock, where this one doesn't have the extra traction shock in there, or whatever you want to call it, kicker shock. That's what I'm used to calling it. Don't know if that's the real name for it. Or it has one traction bar back there, not a shock, I'm sorry. But there's a single traction bar back there. And that's only on the 67s. But this one, wheels are pretty cool, and they came with the kit. I did use photo etched emblems on the Camaro lettering right there. The Z28 is Keith Marks decals, along with the stripes. Those stripes are also Keith Marks decals as well. Went with a silver paint. I don't believe silver was officially available on the 68 Z28s, or even in 68 on a Camaros. I just was really itching to use this color and do black stripes when I built this. Again, it was back in 2006, and I didn't beat myself up with all the accuracy, but I added the mirror, and I added a few other things to it. The interior is detailed out fairly nicely. I put the red line tires on it. They don't quite fit. They're kind of from a Revell thing, and this one seems to have moved a little bit or not quite fully seated. Like to kind of fix that, but there's a few little things I'd like to touch up here. Gas cap back there is photo etch as well. Just had a bow tie, no Z28 emblem or anything back there. But this one was kind of a fun one. And I had learned, getting some of these early kits, because most of them are the street machine version when you find these. But they did have a stock Z28 kit way back when. I don't know if I used it on this one, because I ended up buying a couple of them. I had one that was molded in orange. It had the windshield that had the rearview mirror molded into it, which was absolutely horrible. So when I bought a 67 fresher kit for parts, of course it had the hood with no hole cut into it, the windshield without the molded in visor, as AMT had updated that. I don't know if I want to say RC2 or who previously owned them. I only recently started paying more attention to RC2 and Round 2, and when AMT, MPC, and Ertl had all merged into one, and when Fundamentals had owned them for a brief period. So, throughout the numerous ownership changes of the company and leadership changes and some of the mentality or updates, it's kind of hard to keep track of, what was updated and added to the tools and everything. But for the longest time, these were the only of this body style Camaro kit you can get were these AMT ones, and they're pretty nice. They really are. So, but since Revell came out with their 67, that one's kind of a jump. But, of course, technology and everything as far as redesigning a kit, it's come a long way. So, but this is a really cool kit and a really fun one. I really enjoyed it, even though I put a lot more work into it. But it was back in 2006, and she looks pretty good. And as I was finding these, I collected probably 3 or 4 others to build different versions, some Yanko and Dana 68s and resin hoods, and so I got a few of these piled up in my stash as well. But I did manage to build this Z28 and a 67 Z28. At one time I had the 69 Z28, but that came apart for parts. And then I've got a 70 Z28, but I haven't built those yet. So, in my infinite stash of builds, I'm going to get to some of those. That's just typical. I'm always thinking of other projects or reading about things. And, if I find that kit or I see this kit, I grab it and add it to the stash. But I know a few of you can relate to that mentality. But, it is what it is, and it's part of the hobby. Part of it's collecting, part of it's building. But I wanted to show this one off to you and see what you guys thought of it. Love to hear your comments on it and if you built one or what you thought of it for the time. I keep hearing every now and then that AMT kits are junk, but it's not really true. Some are more difficult than others. Some are more challenging. Yeah, I understand all of that. But here's one that I built, and I had a couple of challenges, but not too many really. It was just, how the kit was designed at the time and what they did to it. But anyway, that's kind of enough rambling on about this particular one. But I hope you enjoyed it, and you have a wonderful weekend. And I got to thank you again for all your subscriptions, your comments, hitting that like button and bell button so you can get my latest uploads. Really do appreciate it. The channel just keeps growing, and I think that is great. And I'm just really enjoying this and enjoying sharing with you guys this stuff and hearing your feedback. So thanks again. You have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.